Why in the hell would we allow a foreign adversary like the Chinese Communist Party to control a technology platform and key source of information that reaches half of the United States population?
YouTube, what's good, y'all boys? Today we're finna talk about the end of TikTok. So apparently TikTok is finna get banned, but we finna see what Jamari has to say about it.
Well guys, it looks like TikTok might officially be getting banned. There has been talks about this for a very long time, and now we are finally seeing the issue come to a head, and the matter is about to head to Supreme Court tomorrow. So 9 months ago, the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act was proposed to Joe Biden, who quickly signed this bill.
I just signed into law the national security package that was passed by the House of Representatives this weekend and by the Senate yesterday. It's going to make America safer, it's going to make the world safer, and it continues America's leadership in the world, and everyone knows it.
This was something that both Democrats and Republicans unanimously agreed on, that the App Store overall needed more regulation and less foreign involvement, especially from our enemies.
When it comes to media apps like TikTok, we are failing our children and we are failing our country.
Okay, let me tell you why they really want it banned. Now look, TikTok is owned by China, which means China regulates what we see. So look, a big argument they're trying to make is that TikTok is tracking our Americans' data, or like they can use it or whatever, however way they want to use it, right? They're trying to say that's a horrible thing, it's a breach of security. But what you don't know is America does the exact same thing with Facebook, Instagram, and any other company like that. The only difference is that those companies are run by the USA. So America's problem isn't even TikTok itself. It's really the information, because they want the information for themselves and they can't regulate what's happening. Another thing, right? Y'all remember that whole New Jersey drone incident that was going viral on TikTok? About a week ago. See, if America owned TikTok and ran everything that was, you feel me, being seen, we probably wouldn't ever have seen that at all. But since it's run by China, we can see things like that. So we're starting to learn more and more, and America doesn't want us to learn more and more. I know I'm sounding like spiritual soul, like a conspiracy theorist, but just please be patient. That's actually why they would have banned it. No other reason why. They want to control what we see. Because they're trying to act like China's pushing out all types of propaganda and that our information is so valuable when America steals our information too. So I don't know, it's weird. But they just want to monitor what we see. That's all it is.
Why in the hell would we allow a foreign adversary like the Chinese Communist Party to control a technology platform and key source of information that reaches half of the United States population?
Like I said, TikTok specifically has been on the chopping block for years, as it has long been feared that China is using it as not only a tool to collect data and information on Americans, but also to launch what I see as the new digital war, the war on misinformation. Because of this, TikTok has been viewed as a threat to America's national security for quite some time. They even introduced a No TikTok on Government Device Act years ago to combat this potential information theft.
TikTok had to admit that, in fact, they'd been surveilling the locations of specific U.S. reporters that have been writing unfavorable stories about the company.
So basically, the government claims that TikTok got caught with their hands in our cookie jar. I mean, when you sign up on their platform, you do give them access to what you're watching on your phone, how long you're watching it, your private messages, your geolocation, your age, your search and browsing history, and even your keystroke data,
which Facebook and Instagram also do take. I'm just keeping it real. Not saying it's okay. I don't know why they need that much information. That's not okay. But Facebook does the same thing. I'm letting you know. And Facebook, you feel me, Instagram is run by Facebook. So if you're on Instagram, they take every single thing on your phone.
Even that kind of just scratches the surface of what they can be looking at. Basically, it's kind of like you're leaving your front door open at night, hoping no one peeks in to see what's going on. And with over 170 million Americans currently using their platform on the daily, that is a lot of information they can be gathering. And in them passing that bill I mentioned earlier, they gain the ability to force TikTok to cut ties with their Chinese-based parent company ByteDance. It's either that, or they can lose all access to their American consumers, and this is something that could go into place as early as January 19th. I mean, they must really feel like China is up to something, as this was classified as an emergency, and the Supreme Court agreed to settle the dispute only 2 days after it was placed on their desk. Now obviously some people argue that this is a violation of freedom of speech, while the government says they're concerned with China advancing their own geopolitical interest and spreading misinformation, especially during a time of crisis. And the real worry for the freedom of speech crowd is that this would essentially open the door for the government to target other free speech platforms for the content they carry.
And this is the big problem, what Jamari just said. Because look, if they take TikTok down, next thing they're going for is X. Another free speech platform. Once they take X down, they finna start talking to Mark Zuckerberg, talking to Mark Zuckerberg saying, hey, yo, what's going on there? Facebook and Instagram. Like, yo, what's going on with that? And eventually that will get shut down too. They're basically just trying to control us. Americans are becoming too smart, and they don't want that because they can't hide the schemy, scammy things that they be doing. Just keep it real. I ain't gonna lie. That's just how I look at it.
I mean, I do have to say, I've seen far more propaganda and complete and utter nonsense posted onto Twitter in the last 18 months than I've ever seen on TikTok. And on the other side of things, TikTok has already said back last April that they are going to be refusing to sell the company and that it would actually be impossible for them to do so, with their reasoning being that they do not want to sell their secret sauce that makes their algorithm so addicting. And then to make matters even more interesting, Trump is actually directly opposed to the banning of TikTok.
And you'll never ban TikTok, that's for sure.
I will never ban TikTok.
Thank you.
Which is the opposite of the stance that he had back in his first term when he actually tried to get it banned.
Yeah, Trump was the main person who was trying to get banned. The reason why he doesn't want to get banned no more is because the reason why he won the election was partly because of TikTok. And just how, like, his whole team just... and how his whole team just perfected the, like, whole Trump campaigning algorithm.
And
we're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other things. There are a couple of options.
But back then, Biden was actually the one to block the bill once he took office, so they straight up switched positions. Pause. Trump actually met with TikTok CEO recently, and he praised the platform as a whole for helping him win the last election.
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
We'll take a look at TikTok. You know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok had something to do with it.
So now he wants there to be some sort of negotiation once he does take office. I would guess that he wants to use the platform as leverage over China's head, as he has requested that the Supreme Court pause this law's implementation until he actually gets into office. So we're gonna have to see what happens tomorrow, guys. I mean, this is crazy. This news just broke around 30 minutes ago. So I will continue to keep you updated, but y'all make sure you subscribe. I do want to know down below, how much are y'all using TikTok? I think I'm more of a Reels or YouTube Shorts guy myself, but I'll
be using TikTok a lot, but like Reels, low-key is better. Reels is low-key better. Yo, Reels is so funny. Yo, IG Reels is so funny. If I'm just trying to, you feel me, scroll or whatever, I'm just going to scroll on TikTok to see what's going on. But if I'm trying to laugh, IG Reels. IG Reels. I don't use YouTube Shorts, though. That brain rot type of platform. I'm not finna try to use that. I ain't gonna lie.
will say I do receive completely different content on the different short-form platforms. And can we just all say a prayer one time for my guy Jamani and his gambling addiction? Because without TikTok, my guy is done. Either way, y'all know it's been your boy the
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of careers are gonna be cooked, bro. I'm not finna hold you, bro. This is why you gotta make sure you're big on different type of platforms, bro. You can't just be big on one platform. If you're big on YouTube, try to get big on Twitch. If you're big on TikTok, try to get big on YouTube. Big on TikTok, try to get big on Twitch. Like, you can't just be one-dimensional when it comes to this whole social media thing, bro. And it's sad that they're banning TikTok, but at the same time, I mean, they've been talking about this for like the whole Biden administration, bro. Everybody should have seen this coming. Game is game, ball is ball, life is life. And hey, man, it's about that time. TikTok might actually get packed up. I think Trump's going to try hard not to get it banned, but at the same time, just him saying that he tried makes him look good. So, hey, game is game, bro. I ain't going to lie. Besides that, stay blessed. Praise God. Jesus love you. Thank you. Goodbye. We out.